Hello, and welcome back to another episode. Indeed, welcome back to the living room, or at least the far-flung reaches of that space. We've never been here before, folks. Normally, when we're in this room, we're over there by the TV playing a computer game together. But today we're beyond the sofa where the dog is currently dozing. We're beyond the dining table in the corner by the door, because this morning I want to share with you this fine thing here. Our final Lego storage answer, the thing that we finally landed on to store our Lego. And when I say our, I mean my amazing wife and me. When we first moved in together, we knew that we wanted to have Lego in our lives, accessible, play-withable even. And this initially meant that in the flat that we were first living in, just before we were married, there was one long room, one big room, where at one end there was like a TV area with a media unit and a sofa and a coffee table, this kind of thing. And at the other end there was a built-in kitchen in one of the corners, like an L-shaped corner, with an area for a dining table. And we figured that if we could put something in the middle that would sort of separate those spaces and be useful for storing Lego, that would be perfect. And that's what we did. We found this sort of modular stepped thing. If I can find a picture of it, I'll put it on screen for you now, with plastic drawers in it, several plastic drawers. And for a time, things were good. For a time, it worked really rather well. It was great as that space divider in the flat, and it allowed us to separate the Lego out into various categories of Lego. But it also had problems. It had weird corners that I'd often catch my shins on. It became a bit of an eyesore. It didn't really fit in with the rest of the relatively, not smart, but you know what I mean, relatively sensible furniture that we had in that room. It basically felt like we'd taken something out of a play, like a play area or a daycare centre, this kind of thing. And that sense of disquiet and unease only grew as we moved into our next place. We moved into a terrace house we were renting elsewhere in Wallsend. And the Lego unit had to live in an alcove by a blocked up fireplace in what was the dining room in that room. And it was largely forgotten. We kind of didn't use it anymore. It was just gathering dust. And also we were putting things on it that would help with, you know, dining. So things like bottles of wine and candelabras or whatever, plates and things. But it was further and further removed from this idea of accessible, play-withable and fun. And that only got worse when we moved into this house. The unit went upstairs. It was in the guest bedroom where actually my brother-in-law stays at Christmas, and he quite liked having it there because it was a bit of fun. But it meant that we, you know, out of sight, out of mind, we were even further away from being able to just play with our Lego whenever we wanted to. The vision was compromised, and so. A couple of months ago now, we decided to really bite the bullet and get rid of the thing upstairs, or that was upstairs, and to replace it with something that would work for us. Indeed, what was here in the living room dining area was like a little woven ottoman thing that was filled with old newspapers. Why the heck we had that, I have no idea. But sometimes you just get into a habit of just going, oh, well, actually, I know what it is. It's when my father-in-law stays at Christmas. He buys newspapers every day, and then we don't know what to do with them the next, you know, when he leaves. And of course, we think we should recycle them, but they ended up in a pile in the thing. And the thing was here, and again, it was just ugly in the way. And so yeah, so it was time. It was time to kill 2 or 3 birds with one stone. So. Of course, we decided to go to IKEA because we wanted the modular look to the furniture and we wanted that sort of accessibility. And IKEA, like them or loathe them, they're very good at modular. And this is an IKEA Kallax modular storage system. Now, of course, at this point, you're dying for a closer look, so let's dive in. So, our Lego storage unit. I suppose first of all I should say, look at the grandeur of the Stranger Things poster we have above it. We're both very pleased with that. Also, the Let's Have a Cuddle napkins and a little Studio Ghibli Easter egg in the cutlery cupboard. But anyway, that's not why we're here. We're here for the Lego unit, and this was really rather straightforward to put together. It is a IKEA Kallax unit, and for 3 of the cubicles we went with standard Kallax drawers, 2 purple, 1 yellow, and on the top left we installed the Kallax drawers. Now interestingly, the drawers that were available on the day did not match the wood colour, the wood grain, the sort of the dark pine that is the rest of the unit. So instead we had to get a lighter wood. But that actually worked out in our favour because it meant we had to do something with it. It didn't match, it didn't look very good. And of course the answer was to mirror the yellow. It's not the perfect shade, but we went with a sort of a Volspar finish, basically essentially a plasticoats type of finish on the with spray paint, and it works beautifully. It adds a bit of fun again to the unit, reinforcing the theme of play and the colours, but also it's crucially useful because here we keep all of our minifigures and special pieces. For example, this Christmas tree from a former Lego advent calendar. Incidentally, don't bother with Lego advent calendars. They're terrible ideas. We tried it, we hated it, but at least we got some novelty pieces. The reason why we didn't like it is that it felt kind of inconsequential. I know all advent calendars kind of do, but at least with normal ones you get chocolate or something to nibble on. Actually, there's a cheese advent calendar I came across recently that comes with cheesy jokes as well. We might go with that this year. I don't know, maybe we're just getting older. In this drawer here, I keep Lego instruction booklets, and I'll talk about that a bit more a bit later. I'm so pleased to have a space to keep those, again, safe, topical, together with the rest of the Lego. In the bottom drawer here, broadly speaking, here we keep base plates and other similar things. Also, there's some smaller plates down there underneath the base plates. There's a pizza van there that is one of my wife's favourites. She very much enjoys making the pizza in the Lego world. In the top drawer here, we have these are blocks and other chunks that we're yet to fully sort. Actually, this is mainly left over from a recent play session we had with some of our godsons. So this is why it's a little bit of a mess. But that will be probably the brick drawer. And then down here, this is the worst of them all, I'm afraid. We have some random boxes. Oh, what's that? What is that? Have I just found a birthday present for me or something? Ooh, okay. Maybe it's okay. Well, I shall ask. It's open. I wonder. Ooh, mysterious. And just other bits and bobs. What's in the bag here? Yeah, more Lego in there. So, and this guy here, this sort of mustachioed chap here is someone who I made when I was 4 years old, I think, along with the Lego Rupert the Bear that I made with my dad before he died. This guy has been with me more or less all my life. Look at the smile on him. Aww. And so the drawers aren't fully finished in terms of the final contents, but overall it is a very convenient place and way to store our Lego. And on top we can display proudly some of our most treasured or ongoing Lego projects. So for example, you'll probably recognize this Lovecraftian fishing boat from a recent video. Wally, one of my wife's favorite Lego models, got that for her 30th, no, not 30th, 30 something birthday. And my beloved Lego castle that I mentioned quite a while ago now, the castle that she and I rediscovered together, because I thought it had been smashed forever, but then we found someone had put the instructions online. I was able to reconstruct a very treasured memory, again actually involving my dad. So that's it. I mean, it's simple, a short, sweet little tour of our Lego unit, but I'm very happy with it. It just answers one of the problems that we've been having for years now, and it's really quite a lot of fun. Oh, incidentally, the Lego plates on top, they fit perfectly. There were 2 grey plates there, and they literally fit the unit perfectly, or a couple of millimeters, I suppose, of a margin around the edge. But we velcroed them to the unit so that we can take them off and play with them anywhere we want to. That, I think, was another little stroke of genius. Anyway, back to me. And so it's not fully finished. You know, some of the drawers have categories that we yet to really finesse, but the general idea is once again alive. The Lego is accessible. I absolutely love the fact that the base plates fit perfectly on top, and the fact that we velcroed them there means that we can move them. We can use them on the coffee table, or if you have friends, or godchildren come around, or if you have kids at some point, God forbid, then we can actually play with this. Not just here, we can move the Lego, the base plates around. They don't have to be stuck to the furniture. It's been so much fun figuring this out, and also actually getting the colours right as well. In some ways, having those paler drawers, having the wrong colour shade of wood drawers on this unit was a blessing, because it meant that we couldn't just leave it as pale wood and dark wood or darker wood. We had to come up with the answer to what we were going to do, and the yellow spray paint was, I think, quite cool. It also mirrors the yellow drawer down here beautifully. I mean, it's not perfect, the colours don't match perfectly, but it works. It's smart, it's accessible, it's Lego, and it's play-withable. I couldn't be happier. And so I suppose that's the story of our Lego storage, but also hopefully some of those reflections, some of that journey that we went on is possibly useful for you guys. If you have Lego maybe in an attic or in a cupboard somewhere, and you're thinking, oh, you know, I wish it wasn't just gathering dust, because of course adults are allowed to play with Lego too, then maybe this kind of thing is for you. It keeps it out of the way. It also, frankly, actually, the fact that I have a drawer now for my Lego instruction manuals is just magnificent. It's brilliant. I don't have them sort of tucked up, you know, amongst books and in the office, and because you sort of go for a phase, don't you, where you make the Lego set, you make the model, and you have the instructions in the box, and you go, what do I do with this box now? Because you don't want to throw out the instructions, and the box kind of has a pleasing look to it as well, so they kind of live together and then they pile up somewhere in a wardrobe or something. In this instance, I'm able to get rid of the boxes. I can recycle them. I can release them back into the wild, and keep the instruction booklets in one place in a drawer. It's little things, but they improve one's quality of life immensely. And hopefully, as I say, there's something here that's useful, or at least entertaining for you guys. Thank you, as ever, for watching, and until next time, do take care. Bye-bye.